Set where the sun sets from in there 2 weeks before the winter solstice, right at the end of the bluff over here. So we have a 2-week predictive marker sunrise for the summer, 2-week predictive marker for the sunset winter, and right in the middle is this petroglyph that some people think might be a rendition of a total solar eclipse. And we know they saw one in 1087. Total solar eclipse occurred here. And there are pictures of the corona of the sun during the solar eclipse. I have one that I show them that has those curlicues around it, just like on this picture, on this pictograph, petroglyph.
Yeah, what about lunar eclipses? I mean, have you found any evidence for petroglyphs representing a lunar eclipse?
Nothing that has come out and stood out like this.
Yeah.
For the sun. No.
But in your experience...
we know they saw lunar eclipses.
Oh, yeah.
They saw a lot more of those than they did solar eclipses. Depending on what time it was, you know. Think about it this morning. You know, what did it start at? Like 4:20, 4:30, something like that. Went all the way to 7:08. By that time the sun is coming up pretty good. The early people here getting up and noticing, you know, starting about 4 o'clock or so, that the moon is starting to get weird. It gets dim, it looks like it's going into a phase, and then it gets red. That'd be quite something.
But don't you think they would have been familiar with that because it happens fairly frequently?
I think so, but they may not have been able to predict it, so that when it would have happened,
yeah,
it might have been very serendipitous, and we don't know if they thought it was a negative thing or a positive thing. We always think people in the past have negative experiences of celestial events. You know, comets and things, oh my God, you know, eclipses, something eating the sun and all of that. I think there were probably a lot of people in the ancient world who knew that it was a natural event. Maybe they didn't fully understand it, but they would have had a story about it. They would have included it in their understanding of the universe. You know they would have.
Well, I wonder. I mean, probably we just haven't found it, and it may be under our nose is a tradition about this.
Oh, yeah. I suspect, yeah. There's no doubt that the observers, the sun and moon watchers, the ones whose their function was, they would have had traditions of these things. They would have had stories. They would have had all kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think people freaked out the way we think they do all the time.
I think I've been through 3 lunar eclipses now. This is the 3rd, you know, in Chaco Canyon.
Yeah.
And so each time, it's been a dramatic event.
I've seen maybe 5 or 6.
Uh-huh.
We've had a few public programs at our observatory when it's the right time of year. We even had one where it was occurring about midnight. But we had people come from the campground. We had telescopes set up, and I had hot chocolate, and you know, we had a nice little time. That was fun.
Yeah, is the park sponsoring more astronomy events in the future?
Well, that's what I hope. We should be. We're certainly doing our astronomy festival, this next one in August, or September rather, because it's around the equinox.
Uh-huh.
It'll be our 3rd one.
And so do you get amateur astronomers from around
the... Yeah, we get the groups up from Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. And they set up out here. And then, of course, they do... there'll be something in spring and then in fall again.
Well, I'll sure to be here to do a documentary of art and astronomy in public places.
That's great.
And what better public place than Chaco Canyon?
It's the best. Because you can see the sky and you're really impressed with it. And you can really show people what the impacts of the sky can be.
Yeah, and
most people just don't go out and look, and if they do, they usually live in places where they can't see very much anyway.
And how is the night sky here?
Well, we're an international dark sky park because it's considered one of the better places in the United States, or in the world for that matter.